Hello, everybody. I'm often asked if there is a guidance in human design about food, nutrition. Yes, there is. And it is called PHS, Primary Health System. And let's talk a little bit about it today. First of all, I would like to tell you that when you get your first initial basic reading, it's okay if you don't get your PHS, because it is also considered that experimenting with your strategy and authority should come first. And even, for example, if you're a generator and you're experimenting uh, with your response, and you see for example, in the supermarket or market, how does your body respond to food? Do you have attraction to this food or that food? Throughout your experiment, initially, you should already see some kind of shift. As you start living your design, as you start living your life as yourself, you will already notice that certain things you don't do as you have done it before. And this is the key in human design, is that you actually try and start your own experiment. Because any information that is given to you just mentally, and then we will use the mind, like for example, we will, like maybe in PHS we can see that maybe smell or taste, or like what is your determination, and maybe you will try just to follow the mental guidance on that, and it will be just another conditioning. So your mind will be conditioning you to do something that you still don't feel is right for yourself. So even me, I got my PHS much later than I have started my actual experiment with my design. And that was totally okay. And later I was able to confirm that I already got there, and I can feel that this and this actually my body doesn't respond, and this doesn't make me actually feel good. In primary health system, we have all kinds of diets, let's call them nutritional, mechanical strategies. There are some people who are designed to eat at night, and maybe that person has been fighting for many years, and it is correct for that person to eat at night. There are some people who should eat with the bright light, which also means that they have to eat during the time of the day when there is an actual sunshine, and then having sunshine is stimulating them also to eat, and gives them all kind of maybe different feeling about food. So when you get these confirmations, when you have already observed something of that sorts in your life, and then you confirm it with this information, this is very powerful. For me personally, my PHS is thirst, and it's cold. So thirst, first of all, makes a lot of sense. When I remember being a very young child, and I remember that literally drinking cold water, asking my parents for a cup of cold water and drinking it, gave me the sense of joy. And I later, over the years, I have been conditioned definitely to drink hot drinks and all kind of stuff, and I thought that drinking tea is actually healthy for me. And yes, drinking tea is actually healthy for me, all kinds of maybe herbal teas. It's just that the temperature should not be hotter than my blood. My body should not recognize it as warm. Otherwise, my brain, because this is what PHS is about, my brain cannot function correctly. So the basic needed factor, yeah, necessary factor for our intelligence is actually our nutrition. What else I can say in this regard is that when we think about food and digestion, that's the whole system, that's the whole process. You also intake information and you digest information. So getting the idea about your PHS, about your determination, you can have you can also see why you are digesting under certain circumstances, why for example, for me, when the environment is emotionally charged, I'm not able to digest and receive the information properly. Cooler environments, calmer environments are very suitable for me to deal, receive, and digest information. So PHS is not only about food. We also can look at such things as your body is passive or active. Those are the arrows you see on the design chart. If your body is passive, for example, losing weight is possible through controlling the food intake, not in increasing the exercise amount. If your body is active, then the opposite is correct. Being more active is more important for you, for your well-being. And if you're not active enough, that's just not okay. Then we will see as well your environment. Environment plays an incredible role in how we feel. Environment is like, are you in the correct environment where you integrate the environment that stimulates you? For example, I am naturally, I'm 6'2", I have a hermit part of me, and I do have a tendency to stay certain time by myself, but it was a big surprise also to see that I do actually need a stimulating environment, because otherwise I'm too passive. And I noticed, like when I received this information, I noticed that looking back and actually seeing different environments that I lived in, that yes, being completely absorbed in a natural environment, no matter how my mind likes it, or maybe, you know, there is a pattern of avoidance there as well. Actually, when I'm in a well-stimulated environment, I do have my me time enough, but then I can come out in the stimulated environment. That's actually when I was functioning my best, feeling healthier and had better energy levels, and I actually met the right people. Because let's remember, in the right environment, we meet the right people. I will carry on to talk about PHS and what does it mean to be right or left in our design. But also please remember, if you don't practice, if you don't experiment with your strategy and authority, this is just an additional piece of information that will not be lived by you. So I always encourage you, after you get your basic reading, to experiment with your strategy and authority, so you start to see the truth for yourself. The truth that is just given to you mentally is not going to do the change.